Okay, today's question of the day: is life an art or a science?
So that's a good question. By the way, what he's not telling you is he's trying to screw me up because he didn't pre-warn me about these questions. This is off the cuff.
It makes it more fun.
So I really think, can I say both and tell you why? So I think Tony Robbins says it best. It's the science of achievement and the art of fulfillment. So there's a science to how I tell you, if I say you want to succeed at something, let me give you some steps. You want to get rich, there's certain rules you have to follow, and I can teach you how to do those. It's a target on the wall, and you can go after those. Fulfillment is not like that, though. Fulfillment, happiness, joy, gratitude, that's an art that each person has to figure out for themselves, because the art of what fulfills me and fills me up may not be exactly what the art of what fulfills you. And we see so many people out in the world who figured out the science of success and they're super successful, but they're unhappy. They're not fulfilled because while they were good at target acquisition, at creating the science, they were terrible at the art of fulfillment and finding what fulfilled them and fulfilled their families.
Do you think one is more difficult than the other?
I think that one is probably more difficult than the other for each person, but not necessarily the same one. I think there's some people who have just seemed, like my mom, for example, has just figured out the art of fulfillment. She's very, very good at it and doesn't seem to have to try. I have to really try. But the science of success I'm very good at because I'm a very target-oriented, goal-oriented person, so I have to try more on the art of fulfillment and less on the science of success, but I think it goes back and forth with different people. What do you think?
Well, I think it's super interesting. I mean, it's hard to not see that, like in countries that are super impoverished, where they have no money, they're barely able to survive. They've got flies like literally on them.
Yeah.
And they're grinning ear to ear because they're living the most content life possible. They're so passionate about what they do.
Absolutely.
And then you see folks who, like you say, are super successful and just cannot figure out a way to be happy.
Killing themselves.
With what is happening in their lives.
Yeah.
And it'd be easy to say that it's a choice, but I think that in some ways we're behaviorally conditioned to respond a certain way. And I don't know if there's a specific answer as to how to curb that without being reflective and intentional in your life.
Yeah, I think you have to be intentional, but I also think there's one thing: comparison. As soon as you start comparing yourself to somebody else, you lose fulfillment. It's why somebody who says, I want to be a billionaire, and then they become a billionaire, but Joe has $2 billion. I have a yacht, but Stacy's got a bigger yacht. And as soon as it starts to become a comparison, you lose fulfillment. Those people that you were talking about that started in a third world country, they don't compare because none of them have anything. There's nothing to compare to. What am I going to compare? And so they focus more on making each other happy and being fulfilled in what they have, and we tend to compare with each other more. Well, what car do you drive? How big's your wallet? What shoes are you wearing? And the comparison instead of gratitude. I think if we get into gratitude and stop comparing, for me at least, that's what makes fulfillment better.
See, I love that. And that's one of the reasons why I really love the fact that we've got why as a just integral component of the planner now, because it forces that resolution, right? So instead of achieving certain things so that you can live in a place of a hierarchical status, you're climbing some sort of hierarchy that's comparative, like you're saying, you're living in a place where you're just owning the territory that you occupy. This is what my life is, this is what I want, and these are the outcomes that I want for personal satisfaction and not for a comparative kind of balance.
Yeah, isn't it funny? We were recently in Belize, and there's this beautiful house in Belize, and there's a dock, and you lay out on the dock, and you're laying in the sun, and the sun is just kind of baking you. And we came home, and we've been home for a few days, and Tracy went to lay in the tanning bed, and she went to lay in the tanning bed. Don't lay in tanning beds. But Tracy went to lay in the tanning bed, and she should never do that again. But anyway, she did that, and she comes out, and I said, how was it? She said, well, it's not Belize, but it's tanning bed. I said, but think about it for a second. If you close your eyes, isn't it exactly the same? If you're closing your eyes laying on a dock in Belize, or if you close your eyes laying on your next to your pool at your house, or laying in a tanning bed, it's literally the same experience. It's only different because you make it different. You can be happy at any time. If you and I want to be happy right now, I can start to say, all right, let's stack some of the things that you've done great in your life. Tell me, when was the happiest time you've ever had in your life?
Right.
When was it? Tell me.
The happiest time?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Just one.
Just one. I mean, when I finished my first marathon with my wife,
Yeah. How'd that feel?
amazing.
Yeah. Tell me another one.
When my wife came back from deployment.
Yeah. Nothing different happened than just a minute ago. But you're already starting to feel, because now you're inside what is fulfillment and what is fulfilling you. I could have said, what is missing in your life right now? And I would have completely changed your state to a different place simply by asking a different question.
Mm-hmm.
That's the difference between science of success and art of fulfillment.
Oh man, I love that. Thanks, Dr. Tim.